All right. Thanks, David, for being willing to share a testimonial. Can we just start with a quick introduction about yourself and your business? What do you do and who do you help?
Yeah, so primarily as the owner of the business, we focus on three key areas. It's all around sales, okay, in terms of doing it. So what we do is we focus on, what we call sales transformation, classic sales training. We do a lot of sales leadership, okay, and we also do consultancy. But I think it's very much focused around the sales aspects. Basically, how do we help companies sell more, in effect?
Brilliant. So when we met, I think I met you about a year ago now. Where were you at in your business, and what were you struggling with?
The classic, Jen, the classic in terms of my business is whilst you're delivering, so you've won projects and you're delivering them, how do you do the prospecting? Okay, so how do you get that pipeline in terms of opportunities and stop that what we call the feast and famine? So while you're delivering, you've got great revenue opportunities, you're going to be billing wonderful stuff, but when that ends, if you've got nothing in the pipeline, there's that drop. Okay, so how do you manage that? One aspect of that is I also act as an associate for another organization, which means I do get work from that perspective, but it's at vastly reduced rates because it's not my own direct business, it's someone else. So it's, your precious time is being used up. Yes, it's on fee earning stuff, but at a far reduced rate. So it's all about how do you address those challenges most effectively.
Okay, so what I hear you say is you have business, but you had a bit of a feast of famine. And the second thing is you were relying on associate work where a big percentage of that fee was taken out before you even got paid.
Correct.
All right, thanks. So give us a quick summary of some of the things that you and I worked on around your process.
I think the key thing is as you highlighted, that really was the process that we could go through. So that was all around, first of all, how to automate it. And that was a real big plus in terms of that. So which meant things were happening while I was delivering. This whole automated process in effect was going on. So there was all about who to identify. Okay, who are you going to identify? How selective? You could be a lot more selective around that, which is the tools that we explored, you helped with in terms of identifying those, producing those lists, the messaging around that, because obviously I've got my view, okay, which can be tailored, but your input was very helpful in terms of tailoring that, making it kind of sharper. And then the follow-up aspects, okay, and so I mean, what I would say is I would pride myself off if I've got someone talking to me, I will convert that into business. The challenge was getting more people talking to me, which is where you kind of really helped, Jen.
Oh, brilliant. So tell us where you're at now, it's 9 to 12 months on.
So, what I can point to, in terms of success factors is that there's, I would say, 3 brand new clients on board. Okay, and these clients now represent, in excess. Well, they are 5-figure sums that are now we're kind of billing. The opportunities in there are very promising. Now, this is not down to you in terms of, this is down to my ability to deliver and kind of meet their expectations. But it's the old adage: once you're with these clients, you can show what you can do. It's kind of down to me. Okay, and it's a nice problem to have. And kind of my view is I'd rather have less clients, but billing a lot more in them rather than lots and lots of clients. Okay, I don't know how other people feel about it, but that's kind of my view in terms of doing that. So with the additional clients on board, it's looking very promising and very exciting, Jen.
Yeah. And are you able to let go of the associate work, or are you still doing some of that?
I will always still do some of that, because it's always, you keep your hand in terms of doing that. I mean, the ultimate goal will be, can I almost get that down to 0? But there's also still an element of, you're kind of keeping in touch with what other people are doing, so you're still potentially getting a different views, keeping relevant. But what I want that to be is a far lower percentage, which is kind of where it's heading already, but kind of do that. But I think in the kind of the area I operate in, it's no harm in having multiple choices.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you. And do you have any other kind of takeaways or any other comments for other people in your situation?
I would probably say, I originally would say I would pride myself on, I know all this. I kind of teach it or kind of coach it to other people, but getting someone else in to give you that unbiased input is very valuable. Okay. And it doesn't matter what you can always learn something from other people, which is kind of great to do that. And I think it's a wise thing to do. And I think the other thing is, as well as the process that you kind of take people through or help them with, you've still got to commit to spending the time doing it, which I think is a really important part. It just doesn't happen by magic. You've got to put the effort in. Effort in equals the rewards out at the other side. And I suppose the last thing is be patient.
Because some high five-figure deals don't just happen in a week or 2 weeks, do they? They take a while.
And I am confident these are going to grow. So these are going to grow in, subject to my ability to deliver and meet expectations, which I have confidence of doing that anyway. They're just going to keep growing upwards, which is good news.
Yeah. Congratulations. Great to hear your story, and thanks for sharing.
My pleasure. Okay, in terms of doing that.